A more modern-day story for you this morning. The taxi app company Uber is giving its customers the option to avoid small talk in the cab during a journey by clicking on the phone and selecting a quiet option when they book. It's currently only available to their sort of premium paid service that costs a bit extra, but has already prompted lots of discussion on social media about the pros and cons of chatty taxi drivers.
Let us know what you think, actually. Are you a chatter or are you head down, don't want to talk? What are you, John?
It just depends. Sometimes I love it. You get somewhere new, you want to find out a bit about it, what's going on. You know, I'll be asking questions. Sometimes at the end of the day, you're just like, shut up, please, just have a bit of quiet, you know?
You don't
I wouldn't say that, no, but you're just sitting there quietly wishing they'd be quiet.
Yeah, that's kind of like us for us.
I'm sure they feel the same, yeah. Lots of discussion on social media about the pros and cons of chatty taxi drivers. You've been contacting us this morning on this.
Yeah, some really interesting insights, actually. As a deaf woman, someone's got in touch saying, as a deaf woman, I really appreciate this. I sit in the back and have never been able to understand Uber drivers. Sometimes perhaps they might have heavy accents, but also just simply because they're driving, she can't lip read.
Yeah, Nick says, what happens if I get a quiet mode Uber and then the driver starts talking? Can I get a full refund? Nick's already ahead of the game, I think, there, looking for a free ride.
Uber quiet mode drivers should also have a quiet mode to toggle if they'd rather the passengers don't talk. I imagine...
What, they swipe?
Yeah, they swiped it to stop the passengers from talking.
Pixie says, I think the quiet mode just makes it a little bit less awkward because the driver knows they don't have to feel like they have to entertain you.
But then Tyler says, feels the quiet mode is more awkward than politely telling your Uber driver you're just simply not in the mood for conversation. Are they at least allowed to say hello? Can we treat them like humans and not robots and just tell them in person?
Yeah. And as journalists, it's always good. You arrive somewhere, you get a sense of somewhere, don't
absolutely.
you? Sometimes you get great. So the story we've done this week,
Yeah.
the panorama thing we did about the orphan from Iraq, that came from my cameraman meeting a taxi driver at a station, and the conversation. So yeah. So
it's good to talk.
Sometimes it's good to listen.
We think it's good to talk.
It's good to talk.